1980 wish book, kids were all looking into it, trying to find the latest Star Wars toys being available for The Empire Strikes Back. And there was one toy that really caught the kids' eyes back in 1980, and that was a Star Wars playset. But truth is, it wasn't really a Star Wars playset at all. What was it, you might ask? Well, a lot of kids thought it was Star Wars related, as it has Star Wars figures on the playset. But if you go back to the 1979 catalog, you'll notice that it's not Star Wars related at all, because it doesn't have Star Wars figures on the playset. The same playset with the same name was shown with Mego's Buck Rogers action figures. But in the 1980 Sears catalog wish book, this playset has Star Wars Empire figures on it. And most kids didn't really know the difference between licensed and unlicensed. They just knew this was a playset with Star Wars toys on it, unlike anything they have seen at TGNY, Zayres, or wherever. So, a lot of kids probably assumed this was Star Wars related. Either way, they begged their parents for it. But no, this wasn't a Star Wars playset, as it was only released at Sears and made by Sears. Now, there was probably a third-party company that made this, slapped the Sears name on it, but the only way to get this playset was in the Sears wish book for $79, 1980. And it's a very nice playset. So let's take a look at it and talk about it. Now, this playset was made out of cardboard. That was plastic over the cardboard, or more like laminated cardboard. A lot of things in this era was made like that. If you look back at Mego's Star Trek Enterprise playset, you'll know what I'm talking about. Cardboard with plastic over it, laminated onto the cardboard. You go this way so the sun doesn't bother you, right? So this wasn't anything new. It was a cheap way to make playsets of its time. What was great about this, it dubbed as not only a playset, but as a carrying case. That's right, you could carry the figures in it and fold up into almost like a cone, almost like some kind of rocket ship itself. And lock up, it actually came with a strap so you could carry this with you. Very interesting for sure. And when you opened it up, was the playset inside. What was this playset really do? Well, it really didn't do much. I'll show you some photos of it right here. As you can see here, it has some cardboard accessories and a cannon on top of the tower, but the playset itself really didn't do much. As you can see, that playset was pretty cool and a little different for its time. But again, this isn't a Star Wars or Buck Rogers playset. It was very interesting. It has some cannons, and the mat floor showed the map of the planet that you were on. Showed craters, and inside those craters were little landing pads. It was a pretty neat playset, and as you can see why, kids really wanted it. As you can see in the Wish Book Sears ad, this isn't Star Wars at all, but they really tried to make you feel it was for Star Wars. Parents who really didn't know anything about Star Wars might even assume this was made for Star Wars. It has the figures on the playset, and at the bottom of the ad, it shows the Star Wars figures that you can buy. So it's clear they were trying to cash in on some Star Wars sales. Now, I don't know any kids myself that had this playset. I just remember seeing it in the wish book and wishing that I had it, and I knew exactly why they called it a wish book when I saw it. Did you have this? I don't know anyone that actually had this thing, and I don't really see them a lot now. They come up time to time on eBay. I've seen them loose for as cheap as $20, and I've seen them as high as maybe $100. It's hard to find it in good condition. That's because of the laminated over the cardboard. Over time, that cardboard will expand, causing that laminating plastic to start peeling around the edges. So it's hard to find one in mint condition, but they're out there, not too difficult to find if you look around for them. The box itself is pretty great. It has a great graphic of a kid playing with the playset, shows you what it looks like when it's closed, has the name printed on there very bold and clear, Star Fortress. A lot of time toys only sold through the Sears catalog just came in a generic brown box with hardly any graphics. So it's nice to see such a great looking box. So how good did this thing even sell? Well, it's hard to really say. It only ran in the catalog for 2 years, then it faded away. So if it was a huge seller, you'd think they would have kept it around, at least through the release of Return of the Jedi, to get some more sales for kids getting into the Jedi figures. And it's not something you normally run into when you're out toy hunting, toy shows, conventions, things like that. It's not something you run across very often. I'm not going to say it's rare and that it didn't sell good, but it didn't sell like, as they say, hotcakes. It sold mildly okay, and that's just a guess. I mean, if it sold as well the Star Wars stuff, I think we would have seen a lot more of it on eBay, a secondary market, and saw a lot more of it at toy shows and conventions. More people would even know about it.
And although it's not an official Star Wars playset, I think it would look good in any Star Wars collection, especially if you have it on display. It has that goofy 70s toy vibe to it, which I have a great love for. If you have this set up in your Star Wars toy display, I think it'd fit right in and would be very eye-catching.
But anyway, that's a look at the Star Wars playset that wasn't a Star Wars playset. Let me know in the comments below, did you have this playset? Did you know about this playset? Is it something, even if you didn't know about as a kid, you would have wanted to have? Looks pretty fun to me. Let me know about maybe some generic playsets you had as a child that maybe I forgot about. Really like to learn. I love when I learn about stuff I don't remember or didn't even know of as a kid. So, until the next video, let me move so the sun doesn't get in your eyes. So, until the next video, thumb up this one so I know you like my content, and subscribe to the channel. We'll be back very soon with a whole new video.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.